G'day, welcome back to Panoply Pictures. As you know, we're just here writing a movie together, and then if we get enough subscribers and blah 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 blah, we'll turn it in. Hang on, I'm just going to straighten that up. Oh, yeah, fix my levels. So if we get enough subscribers and people supporting and donating, all that sort of stuff, we'll actually make the movie as well. So we've been playing with this, and again, I want to make it with you. So I want you comment and put suggestions in and say, oh, this would be cool if this happened, or that'd be cool. Why doesn't the character be motivated to do this thing or X thing or Y thing or whatever thing? You know how movies work. You're here, so you're probably a movie person or have an interest in movies or just want to be involved. And now one day look at a movie and go, that idea there or that line, that was mine. I came up with that. And which is cool, man. Fuck, that's what we want, right? So we've been playing with the character, and he's got to be flawed, and he's got to have all these sort of things going on. But I think it's time we started to actually write something. So when I first get going, again, these are just ideas here, so we'll just get rid of all that and then bring it back up to here. I start with whatever sort of title. So I'm going to call it Death's Revenge or something. Does it matter? Not overly. I'm going to do something else later. I could break it all up into, chapters, titles, all that sort of stuff. But I kind of like to just build a little bit of a structure first. So a good way to start all these sort of things is to start with, because it's like a horror love story, we want to start with kind of seeing what the threat is or something, So we can either start with, maybe our main character is a fighter, or maybe they're in some sort of situation, or maybe we start on the, death losing control, or some serial killer or something, something to get it all off. So we'll start with I might just call it a shocking event, and it just sort of reveals it, and that's shacking. Come on, man. Shocking event. I did a touch typing course and I still can't touch type properly, and I think it's because I just really never, get into it too much. So, I think you got to really sort of practice, and I can sometimes get a good run on if I'm really into it, but most of the time I just sort of whatever. It doesn't really matter, right? As long as the words are up on there, it just depends on how fast you do it. If you're doing it professionally, and if you're like someone who writes for other people, you got to get fast, right? But if you're just me and I'm just writing movies or books or whatever, it doesn't really matter. And these days you can do a lot of it just voice to text, which sometimes I'll do, I'll just walk around and I'll just do voice to text. All right, so then it'll be like intro main. Then we'll need so there's always a point that sort of triggers things off. So we'll call it a trigger. So a midpoint, conclusion, like a final point, end point, and then conclusion, or some people call it, it's like the bit after the movie's ended, and things happen, and then there's where does their lives go on from here a little bit, or tie up some of the loose end questions that have sort of been going on. Or if it's like an anti-plot one, it'll be like Lock, Stock, where they reach to get the bag and then you don't know if they got the bag or not, that type of stuff. But we'll just call it a conclusion for now. So these are just main characters, and these are all in the, basic 3-act structure or 4 or 5-act structure or 7-act structure, whatever sort of structure you're using. But, most stories are meeting the people, an event that happens that gets the story going, a point in the story where they can't go back to where they were, things are sort of being resolved and things aren't resolved, and then they sort of work it out, and then how the thing gets sorted out or doesn't get sorted out, and then how the world carries on after that. So we'll just sort of meet our main people here. So the trigger here for us, we'll call it our main dying. Could be that, could not be that. Well, just a basic sort of structure now, you know. So meet the players, what we call it, and build the world. Jeez, I really got to pay attention. Yeah, sometimes it works for me. Midpoint. This, I don't know what this is going to be just yet. And obviously our end point is going to be, you know, main, maybe gets good at the job. Conclusion, you know, I don't know yet. We don't know yet, right? We don't know what's going on in the movie. So this is kind of like our real rough sort of structure of what could go on. So we got to make some decisions. This is the other thing too, is like you have to make decisions, right? Like I don't know what's going to go on, so I have to make a decision. And the problem with this is sometimes like you'll make a decision here and then you'll write the movie and then you'll add stuff at the end of the movie and then you got to go back to the beginning of the movie to rework that thing because now the end bit doesn't make sense with the beginning, so you got to make the new beginning fit the ending. So it's this constant back and forth that you kind of do in film making process. But this is our basic sort of structure, and then, you know, we'll end with put our end credits up there, and this is where you get a credit. You get a credit, not me. Well, I'll probably get a credit, but you get one as well, you know. So this is the whole point of this is, you know, if you're involved in it, we'll whack your name up on there. You know, you get, why not? Who cares? You get to see your name up on the big screen or the little screen or a screen. You know, or you could just write your name on a screen, you'd see it, but it's nice if it's attached to a movie, right? Bad jokes. I got a million bad jokes. All right, so I think because this is like a shocking event, I think it should be some sort of, it should be something that our main character can either be influenced by. So it's either going to be something that influences our main character or sets it up for the future. So I think for here, because I'm thinking that the other Death's Avenger or Hitman or whatever it is gone rogue, right? And that's kind of why this Death wants to get this new guy on board to go and sort out that guy so he doesn't get in trouble, you know. So this would be our call it a crazy Death Hitman kills an innocent. You know, so we see like that they have just got like a lust for things going on, you know. So we'll work all this out later. I mean, it's just words on a page, right? So we meet our main character. So meet partner. Meet friends. See work. And these just all build the, you know, build the life of this person. Because really that's all you're doing, right? Like in all movies, you're sort of showing a snippet. Oh, the spacing on this is so crazy, right? We might do it like this so that we can save a bit of space. See the work. Yeah, and then these sort of things will sort of trigger. And I don't know how we're going to get to this triggering point of this person dying. I kind of thought before that because I have an action thing and I like action, I kind of thought they could have been doing some sort of, you know, fighting or whatever like that. Maybe they get killed during the fight. maybe death kills them. Maybe this person doesn't even do anything to actually die, and that just this taps them on the shoulder one day and they just drop dead in the street. And it's because that person wasn't meant to die, but death decided to recruit them anyway. You know, like could be something like that. So we'll call it main dying. And again, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet or whatever. So tapped by death. So this is where we have to have this person, because I think in these sort of characters it's like they kind of have to learn to accept the fact that they're dead, you know, but they're still going to be clinging on to life as well, right? Because they still want to be in that life. So now we might call it cloning. A spell check on that one. Clinging to life. And on this one here, maybe it's like accepting fate. I know it's not fate, but there's just a word we'll put in here for now. So there we go. This is like a real loose sort of structure on the beginning of it now. Like we've got to fill in all these gaps with things that go on and whatever. And that's where the thinking comes in and the talking comes in. That's where I want you to be more involved. And we'll sort of see how that goes and go from there. All right, do the like, comment, subscribes, all that sort of stuff. Tell your friends, share it around. Let's get this sort of, you know, I know it's whatever, YouTube stuff, but let's get it going, man. Let's create a thing, you know, and if this goes well, we won't just stop at one movie. We'll just make movies, maybe even make your movie. All right, so that's where we'll leave it for now, and I'll talk to you next time.